Girls here. Thanks for coming on today's episode. This week, like every week, I'll be talking about natural living and healthy tips that will get you to rethink how you live and what products or habits you can easily change to better your life. So let's get started. Hey, Urban Wisdom fans, and welcome to another week. Well, our topic is grinding wheat and heritage corn or other small grains. Now, flour and cornmeal are used almost every day in our household. Baking wheat bread or cornbread, whipping up a batch of pancakes, muffins, wheat cereal, you name it, we use it. And since it is used so much, my husband and I decided to invest in a golden grain grinder a long time ago. This grinder has different settings on the back, so you can make a coarse grind or a very fine grind. Now, one function that made us decide to get this particular grinder is it can run on electricity or it can run manually. Our power goes out often due to snow, winds, etc., so this option was perfect for us. Now, different methods of grinding small grains in corn. There's different ones you can use. I'm going to name a couple here. There's a local guy, his name is Louis Legge, and he says he likes to use the Corona cornmeal and then a common window screen to sift out large pieces and unbroken germ, which is ground fine in his flour mill. And then when mixed back together, the texture gives him what he is used to. Now, Legge has been growing 3 varieties, Bloody Butcher, Painted Mountain, and Glass Gem, of which he says he likes the Bloody Butcher the best. It's very colorful cornmeal with red flakes. And the others have a slight blue hue and all have their own flavor. So all are organic, and yes, he says his hoe is shiny. He harvests as late as possible and finishes drying inside, as kernels must be dry for a good grind. Now, Legge explains that with most commercial meal, the germ is sent off for oil processing. That is why commercial meal can be stored so long. No oil means it won't go rancid, but the overall product is not as flavorful. Now, storing small grains and cornmeal. There are different ways of storing ground wheat or cornmeal. We store it in a glass gallon jar, but Legge says his preferred method is vacuum packing in 3/4 cup packets, most recipes. Now, it helps control oxidation and is pre-measured. Now, when asked which one he would suggest for others to use out of, the corns, he says all varieties make tasty and colorful cornbread. He retrieved a cornmeal sugar cookie recipe off the internet, which was very good. So you guys, there's different recipes out there. You just kind of have to adjust to whatever heritage corn you're using, okay? Now, with that, let's get into the grinding wheat and heritage corn. Now, you guys, if you go to heatherearls.com/grinding wheat and corn, I have awesome pictures, I have to say, because we just got done doing this. So I have step-by-step tutorial there with the pictures included. So if you have a question of what I'm talking about, go to my blog, you guys, and I guarantee you by looking at the pictures, you're going to understand. So first, we're going to get into the items. Now, you need to pick out your choice grinder. I gave you guys a couple different types. Like I said, ours is the golden grain grinder. Now, second, you need a screen if you're going to do the option like Legge suggested. Now, number 3, you want glass gallon jars or vacuum packing supplies. Again, it's just depending on how you want to store them. You need a funnel, and then a marker and tape to mark and date the jars or the vacuum packed bags. I always like to mark when I grind things. Just a couple of reasons. One, you know how long it's going to last, so you can prepare yourself like, hey, I know this round will last me 3 months. That means I need to, get my supplies before they run out. So I like to pay attention to stuff like that. Now, the ingredients is your choice of wheat or corn. Now, make sure it's clean and organic is preferred. Now, you guys, I do want to add in here, you can use this grinding recipe if you have, depending on your grinder, but this golden grain grinder that we use, you can use it for rye, any small grains, okay? It's the same process. So directions. Step 1, you want to make sure you have your clean organic wheat, corn, rye ready. This method, again, is for all small grains. Now, once your corn or grain is ready, plug in or be ready to crank your grinder by hand. Now turn it on. Fill the hopper, which is the top portion of this particular grain grinder, with your choice grain or corn, and make sure you have your setting right if using a grinder like the Golden Grain Grinder. We usually process one grain at a time and change the setting on the back of the grinder. This way, one jar gets filled with wheat cereal, a coarser grind, one with wheat flour, and then one with cake flour, which is a finer grind, etc., you guys. Now, again, if using the Golden Grain Grinder, it has a tray on the bottom, so you can take a peek in between filling the hopper so you don't overflow the tray. Because as you grind it, you pour the stuff in on the top, it grinds, it comes out in that bottom tray. Now, once it's full, pull it out and dump your cornmeal or flour into a glass jar or vacuum pack it. Okay? Now continue with the grinding process until all of your grains or corn are ground. You want to label your jars or vacuum packed bags like we talked about. And you also want to label them so you know which one is rye flour, which one is wheat cereal, and so on. So that's it for grinding wheat and heritage corn or other small grains. The difference between homemade wheat and cornmeal versus store-bought is remarkable. Plus, when you make cornbread, the color is fantastic. On Sunday, we brought some cornbread into the church where they had a potluck, and it was so colorful, the ladies put it on the dessert table. That was kind of funny. I had to tell them, I'm sorry, but that's actually not dessert. But you guys, if you add a little butter, honey, or real maple syrup, it might as well be. So enjoy, you all, and remember to stay healthy and free. Thanks for listening to today's episode of Urban Wisdom and Natural Living. Tune in next week where I'll broadcast live every Monday morning at 8 a.m. If you miss it live, hold those tears and head on over to my blog, which is heathererles.com. That's Heather, EARLES.com. There you can have 24/7 access or right here on iTunes. If you want to follow me on social media, you'll find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. Have a healthy week.